Welcome student. In this class we will discuss oceanic current. Oceanic current is most relevant and most important among all form of ocean water dynamism. Okay, it influences the climatic condition of the coastal area. It also influences the fishing activity. It also influences the overall economic activity, right? Actually, oceanic current is defined as the horizontal movement of the oceanic water in a fixed speed with a particular, in a fixed direction with a particular speed. Okay, and there are two type of oceanic current. One is warm oceanic current and second is cold. Right? There is no fixed temperature. Fixed temperature above which one will say that the oceanic current is warm, or below this temperature we will say that oceanic current will be cold. It is with respect to the temperature of the coastal area. Okay, right? The same temperature. Suppose particularly the oceanic current of this temperature of this oceanic current is 10, right? It is flowing here, right? 10 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, and this the temperature of this coastal part is 5 degree, and here the temperature is 15 degree. So here it will be the example of warm oceanic current, and here it will be the example of cold oceanic current, as this temperature is less as compared to that of the coastal area. Okay, so what is the basic difference? It is clear now. Now see, actually in prelims examination, two type of questions. Some question will be based on the map on these topics. You will have to reveal whether what is the nature of the current, whether it is oceanic, it is warm oceanic current or cold oceanic current, right? The question may be a particular current is given and you will have to explain about it, right? Derive from this about the climatic condition of the zone. Getting well? So such type of question will remain associated on these topics. It is clear now? So you see, as far as the question of warm oceanic current, normally it is said that the oceanic current of the equatorial region is considered warm and the oceanic current of the polar region is considered cold. Okay, if the oceanic current flow from equatorial region to polar region, it is referred to as warm oceanic current, and if the oceanic current flow from polar region to equatorial region, it is referred to as cold oceanic current. Okay, but actually you see there are certain confusion in middle latitudinal zone. That's why it is better to understand the fact. Suppose this is north 10 degree north and this is 11 degree north, 11 degree north. Getting well now? 11 degree north latitude. Okay, this is equator. Okay, suppose this is 8 degree south and this is 10 degree south, 10 degree south. Okay, so actually if oceanic current flow from lower latitudinal to higher latitude from 10 degree to 11 degree, it will be considered as the warm oceanic current. Okay, and if particularly from higher to lower 11 to 10, it will be the example of cold oceanic current. It is clear now? So that's why suppose this is world map. Okay, and a figure is given, this is equator, figure is given, what is the nature of the oceanic current. Now it is not required to retain. Certainly it will be, it appears that this is 0 degree and this is 90 degree, so it will be example of cold. If oceanic current is located, then this will be the example of warm. Anywhere you can say what is the nature of this current? Cold, right? And if the oceanic current is flowing in this way, it is the example of warm. So actually this is just particularly concept. Okay, you draw the concept if it is flowing from lower to higher, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 10 degree to X no difference. Okay, you have to opt this concept that lower to higher means whatever be the latitudinal value, right? But if it is from lower to higher, 7 to 8, then it is warm, and 8 to 7, then it is cold. 10 to 11, it is warm, and 11 to 10, it is cold. Getting well now, right? So actually how it means this is no more your problem to retain the fact, right? Actually, when you will keep this in your mind, you can appropriately identify all the oceanic current and their nature. Okay. Now see, as far as the question of oceanic current is concerned, there are several factors responsible for origin of the oceanic current. Getting well? There are several factors which are collectively responsible for origin of oceanic current. Several physical factors are collectively responsible. Okay. As for example, you see one important factor which causes the oceanic current is the movement of the earth on its axis. You know that, right? Since earth rotates from on its axis from east to west, it is clear na, right? This from east to westward direction, west to east na, it is clear na. So that's why you see over the equator, na, there exists the oceanic current in the opposite direction, just opposite to that of the rotation of its of the earth on its axis na, right? So this is north equatorial current, and this is north equatorial current, and this is south equatorial current in every ocean na, right? Whether in Indian Ocean, in Pacific Ocean, or in particularly Atlantic Ocean, getting well na? And in between north equatorial and south equatorial current, there exists a counter current, counter equatorial current. It is clear. Actually, for example, I had mentioned that the counter equatorial current of the Pacific Ocean is referred to El Nino, means the child of Christ. Okay, right? What is the meaning of El Nino? Child of Christ. Okay, and the such type of current existing in the eastern part of Pacific Ocean is referred to a La Nino, means little girl. Its meaning is little girl. Okay, so there are several factors. One is dynamism of the earth. Actually, you see, this current also follow the Ferrel's law. Okay, so according to Ferrel's law, the wind or oceanic current in northern hemisphere deflect rightward, and in southern hemisphere deflect leftward. In other words, the oceanic current of northern hemisphere follow clockwise path, and in southern hemisphere follow anti-clockwise path na. So if this is equator, okay, this is equator, so in northern hemisphere, this type of pattern will exist, this type of pattern will exist, getting well na? Okay, and in southern hemisphere this anti-clockwise type of pattern will exist. It is clear na? Right? For this is first, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. Again, first, second, third, and fourth. Getting well na? So actually, you see, in every ocean this pattern will be found. Okay, whether Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, or Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and number one, right, in every ocean, will be equatorial current. Okay, since it is located to the north of equator, this is north equatorial current. It is located to the south, it is referred to as south equatorial current. So there should be no confusion about number one, right? Either in northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, it will be equatorial current. Okay, equatorial current of the northern hemisphere is referred to as north equatorial current, and equatorial current of southern hemisphere is referred to as south equatorial current. Getting well now? Again, there is no confusion with respect to number three. Number three is west wind drift, to be noted, right? And this normally exists between 40 to 60 degree latitude in both the hemispheres, right? And 40 to 60 degree latitude in both the hemisphere, and this is referred to as west wind drift. Getting well? If it is located in Atlantic Ocean, this is referred to North Atlantic drift. If this exists in Atlantic Ocean, this is referred to South Atlantic drift. In Pacific Ocean, North Pacific drift. In Pacific Ocean, South Pacific drift, right? There exists South Indian Ocean drift in southern part of Indian Ocean. But since Indian Ocean not extend between 40 to 60 degree latitude, so that's why North Indian Ocean drifts are not located, are not found. Getting well now? And you see, actually this will be warm, this will be cold. Okay? And this will be, these two, this certainly, this number two, what will be the nature? Warm, because lower to higher. This is also warm. And number 3, 4 will be certainly cold enough, because it appears to be coming from higher latitude to lower latitude. It means if you are retaining, right, 2 and 4 in every ocean, so you will get the actual oceanic current pattern in most of the ocean, because first is equatorial current, third is particularly west wind drift. It is almost fixed. Getting well now? Now see, actually what factor? So first factor I said that dynamism of the earth on its axis is the cause of oceanic current. Okay. Second factor is precipitation, that is rainfall. Okay. You see, in high rainfall area, right? If this is high rainfall zone, and this is low rainfall zone. So in high rainfall area, see, water level is more high as compared to that of low rainfall area. Consequently, a slope gradient develop from high rainfall zone to low rainfall zone na, and hence oceanic current will develop. It means you can draw the theoretical aspect in this way that oceanic current always flow from high rainfall zone to low rainfall zone, right? This is important theory. Getting well now? Again, see, suppose this is oceanic area and this is the water level now, right, and this is the right atmospheric pressure, the pressure. So actually you know that the weight of one column of air is referred to as atomic atmospheric pressure. It is clear na, right? So suppose here the atmospheric pressure is 1000 millibar, okay, and here atmospheric pressure is 900 millibar. Getting well na? So actually 1000 millibar, it means weight is more na, so it will cause the compression of water. So and hence in high rainfall, high atmospheric pressure zone, the sea level will be low, and the water will displaced in the direction of the low atmospheric pressure zone. Na? So and hence a slope gradient develop from low pressure zone to high pressure zone. That is clear na? And hence oceanic current will start flowing from high pressure, low atmospheric pressure zone to high atmospheric pressure zone. It is clear na? This is second rule. Again, you see temperature also influences the origin of the oceanic current. Temperature, right? Actually, in temperature, when temperature will increase, na, the volume of the droplet increases, na, right? This is high temperature zone and this is low temperature zone. It is clear. So in high temperature zone, the water droplets remain in expanded form, na, okay, whereas in low temperature zone, it will remain in condensed form. Na. Consequently, a slope gradient from high temperature zone to low temperature zone will develop. That is clear, from high temperature zone to low temperature zone develop, na, right? So this is also the principle, okay. Again, see, salinity is also important factor, okay. Actually, suppose this is high salinity zone, this is high salinity zone, and this is low salinity zone. Because salinity is defined as the amount of salt present in the oceanic water, right? It is more appropriately defined as the amount of salt in gram present in 1000 gram of oceanic water, and is expressed in terms of percentile, okay, and is denoted in this term, right, in this particular through this sign. It is clear na? Actually, see, if this is high salinity, it means this zone, a part of the oceanic water contain high salinity, and this part contain low salinity. Na? If salinity will be high, then density will be high, and water will become heavy. Water droplet will become heavy. Na? So this water will subduct, will be drowned in downward direction, na? Right, creating a gap. So to fill this gap, the water from this low salinity zone will advance. Na? Low salinity zone will advance, okay. To fill this gap, water will uplift in upward direction, and to fill this gap, water will move here. Na? So this type of circulation is found due to the salinity difference in the oceanic water, okay. You see, you can say that oceanic current to originate from low salinity zone to high salinity zone. Getting well na? Best example you can cite is, this is Africa, na? Right, and this is Iberian Peninsula. Getting well na? So salinity of this zone is 34 percentile, whereas salinity of this zone is 40 percentile. Getting well na? Right? That's why oceanic current start flowing in this part. This is referred to Gibraltar current, okay. So Gibraltar current is basically due to the salinity difference between Mediterranean Sea and that of Atlantic Ocean. That is clear, na? Right? So this is also important factor. Salinity is also important factor. Again, see, friction of the wind is also prevailing wind. Direction of prevailing wind is also important factor. And at the same time, you see, ocean bottom topography is also relevant, because suppose if the water is flowing, current is flowing over the area where ridge exists. When it will cross the ridge, na, then it will be branched off. It is clear, na? Right? This will form delta-like feature, okay? So bottom topography also influences the oceanic current. It is clear, na? And most important factor is the nature of the coastal area, okay? Nature of the coastal area is most dominant factor determine the course and direction of the oceanic current. Okay, so actually what factor what are the important factor for origin and development of the oceanic current, it is clear na? As for example, I said that dynamism of the earth on its axis is the factor, right? Farrell's law also for applicable on the oceanic current. In northern hemisphere, oceanic current move in clockwise, and in southern hemisphere in anti-clockwise. Okay, actually oceanic current originate from high rainfall zone to low rainfall zone. It originates from low atmospheric pressure zone to high atmospheric pressure zone, right? It flow from high temperature zone to low temperature zone. Okay, again oceanic current originates from low salinity zone to high salinity zone. It is clear na? And you see this is surface current, right? This is surface current and this is subsurface current or deep current, deep water current. Subsurface current is also referred to as deep water current, and this component is referred to as piling, P-I-L-I-N-G, piling current, okay, piling current, okay. And this side, in opposite side, this is upwelling, U-P-W-A-I-L-I-N-G, upwelling current, okay. So we have surface current, subsurface current, piling current, upwelling current. It is clear na? So actually it means oceanic current is the product of all the above factors which I mentioned, you know, like salinity, temperature, pressure, rainfall, right, friction of the wind, dynamism of the earth surface, and overall particularly you see, right, the nature of the coastal part, okay, coastal feature of the oceanic area. It is clear na? And bottom relief feature also influences the, because I given the example that when Gulf Stream cross the mid-Atlantic region, they are bifurcated into several branches. Okay, so these are the factors. Okay, now one to one we will discuss what type of oceanic current along with their name, because it is relevant from PT prelims point of view and also for mains point of view. Getting well now? So this is suppose one by one analysis. Okay, this is Gulf of Mexico. Getting well now? Actually you see the oceanic current, this is north equatorial current. First I will discuss about the oceanic current of northern hemisphere. You know that in northern hemisphere it will have clockwise direction. So actually it get bifurcated to two parts, right? This is second and this is third. Getting well? Third, which enter inside this. Okay, so actually you see first one is north equatorial current, right? Second is Antilles current, because it is located along the Antilles Island, right? This is Yucatan Peninsula, right? And this is Florida Peninsula. It is clear now? Then you see this is the specific feature of Brazilian coastal part. So that's why some part of south equatorial current also get bifurcated due to this feature, and this also join this component. That is clear na? But it means particularly some component, some component of south equatorial current of Atlantic Ocean, is bifurcated and join the north equatorial current. Okay, so this is referred to as, the number 2 is referred to as Antilles current, and here it is referred to as number it enter inside this part now. It is referred to number 3, which is referred to as Florida current. Okay, right? Until Florida current. It is clear now. Actually, you see here, it is better to explain. This is it is bifurcated into 2 parts. Number 2, number 3 na. So number 2 is referred to as Antilles, or number 3 is referred to as Caribbean current. Okay. Then the Caribbean current through Yucatan state enter in the Gulf of Mexico. So here it is known by Florida current. It is clear? Florida current. What is the bifurcation? It is clear na? You see north equatorial current are found to the north of equator in Atlantic Ocean. Okay. So actually it flow from east to westward direction na? Right, and adopt clockwise pattern. But south equatorial current, due to the specific conical feature of Brazilian coast, is bifurcated into 2 parts, and its northern component also join the north equatorial current of Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so actually north equatorial current further get divided into 2 parts. One component start flowing from along the eastern coastal part of Antilles Island, where it is referred to as Antilles current, and second is referred to as Caribbean current. Okay, the Caribbean current, this is because this is Caribbean Sea na, then the Caribbean current along Yucatan Strait entered into Gulf of Mexico, where it is referred to as Florida current. देखिए, you see the specific character of this particular area, Gulf of Mexico. The water inlet is narrow, but wind is favoring, because you see this is a zone of trade wind blowing from east to west na. So that's why more and more oceanic water compelled to enter inside the Gulf of Mexico through Yucatan Strait. It is clear na? And this water again and again revolve and have the collision friction with the coastal partner. Consequently, temperature increases. Okay, and then after this water, which is Florida current, and comes from Gulf of Mexico through Florida Strait and join particularly Antilles current, where it is known as particularly Gulf Stream. Number 4. Okay, this is Newfoundland area. Newfoundland area, it is clear na? So actually this is number 5 na, right? Here there is a cold current known as Labrador current, right? Labrador current. So there occur convergence of Gulf Stream and Labrador current. Okay, Gulf Stream is warm oceanic current and Labrador current is cold oceanic current. Whenever there occur convergence of warm and cold oceanic current, right, a smog formation occur. It favors the development of phytoplankton, and hence the area is most ideal for fish production. That's why Newfoundland coastal part is very famous for fish production. Right? It is clear na? Right? Why particularly Newfoundland is relevant for fish production? It is clear na? The favorable factor is the convergence of Gulf Stream and that of Labrador current. It is clear na? And you see one component of Labrador current bifurcate in this way, in this direction, and start flowing from north to south along eastern coastal part of North America and Gulf Stream. Okay, this is referred to as cold wall, right? Sheetal Diwar, this particular water is referred to as cold wall. Okay, you see, but most part of the Labrador current and Gulf Stream, right, start flowing in this direction. It is clear na? Right? So here you know that there exists mid-Atlantic region. So that's why the Gulf Stream is bifurcated to several parts. One component is this, second component is this, okay, this third component is this, and fourth component is this. Getting well now? Right? It means Gulf Stream is divided into 4 parts. Getting well now? Right? 4 subdivision. Actually, you see, the first subdivision enter in the North Sea, where it is referred to as North Atlantic Drift. Getting well now? Second is referred to as Irminger current. Okay, actually which is flowing to the south of Iceland. Irminger, right? This component, this is 6th this is 7th, this is 8th na, so 8th is referred to as Irminger current, right? 9th, which entered in the English Channel, is referred to as Rayleigh current, right? And this 10th is referred to as Canary current. Okay, it is clear na? You see Gulf North Atlantic current enter in the North Sea na? Actually it remain under the influence of the Gulf stream na, that's why its temperature is high, and high warm oceanic current holds more salinity. It is clear na? As compared to that of cold oceanic current, and salinity is impurity. If salinity will be high, then boiling point will be elevated and freezing point will drop. Okay, so that's why due to the impact of the North Atlantic current in the North Sea remain navigable throughout the year, whereas other ocean located at almost the same latitude and freezes during winter season. It is clear na? Right? So actually North Sea is particularly example of warm oceanic current na? Actually you see Irminger current, right? Irminger current is cold. It is clear na? Because this part moving in this direction, right, from high to low. Again Rayleigh current is considered warm current, see its direction, and Canary current is considered as cold current, causes desertification. That's why Sahara Desert is found here, and hence it form the complete clockwise pattern. Getting well? What is the pattern? What type of oceanic current are found in the northern part of Atlantic Ocean? It is clear na? Number 1 is North Equatorial current. It is bifurcated into part. Actually North Equatorial current is joined by northern component of the South Equatorial current na? Okay, right, which is bifurcated due to the conical or cape type of feature of the Brazilian coastal area na? Right. Then when it moves further, it is bifurcated into two parts. One component is referred to as Antilles current, and second is referred to as Caribbean current. Okay, the Caribbean current entered inside Gulf of Mexico through Yucatan Strait. Okay, this is Yucatan Peninsula and this is Yucatan Strait. Okay, when it entered inside Gulf stream, Gulf of Mexico, it is referred to as Florida current. Okay, actually Florida current again and again revolve in this area because the coastal part is of almost of closed character na? It have continuous friction with the coastal part. That's why temperature increases, and when this Florida current come out of the Gulf of Mexico through Florida Strait na, then it is joined by the Antilles current. Then Florida current along with Antilles current is collectively known as Gulf stream. Okay, Gulf stream flow from north to southward direction, south to northward direction along eastern coastal part of North America. It is clear na? Since it is warm current, that's why it causes low pressure and cyclonic condition, and hence under this influences coastal part of North America get adequate amount of rainfall. That is clear na? Right? More particularly southeastern part of North America, and this is the main agricultural zone of USA. It is clear na? Again you see near Labrador, near Newfoundland, right? It converge with particular Labrador current. So Gulf stream is warm, Labrador current is cold. Whenever there occur convergence of warm and cold current, it causes particularly foggy type of smoke formation, right, suitable for development of phytoplankton, and area is considered most ideal for fish production. That's why Newfoundland is famous for fish production. Okay, then after you see Gulf stream move further ahead in northeastern direction due to the presence of mid-Atlantic ridge, right? When Gulf stream cross the mid-Atlantic ridge, it is bifurcated into four components. One is referred to North Atlantic drift, which enter in the North Sea, right? And second, start flowing to the south of Iceland, where it is referred to as Irminger current. Third component of Gulf stream delta enter in the English Channel, where it is referred to as Rayleigh current, and fourth component is Canary current, which flow along the coastal part of Canary Island, right, forming the complete circle. It is clear na? Again particularly you see there exists East Greenland current and West Greenland current. They are of local importance. Okay, now see actually in the southern hemisphere, you see, right? Southern hemisphere. It means in this area there exist 10 important oceanic current. No? First is North Equatorial Current, second is Antilles Current, third is Caribbean Current, fourth is Florida Current, fifth is Gulf Stream, sixth is Labrador Current, seventh is North Atlantic Drift, and eighth is Irmingar Current, ninth is Rennelly Current, and 10th is Canary Current. It is clear now? And in southern hemisphere you see, right, this is South Equatorial Current, right, South Equatorial. This component is referred to as Brazilian current, right, flowing along the coastal part of Brazil. One component of cold current, converge with Brazilian current here. This is Falkland current, FALK, Falkland current. It is clear now? So there Falkland current causes desertification here. That's why Patagonia desert is located here. Okay, when the Patagonia desert is due to the impact of the Falkland current, and then after merging, it starts flowing between 40 to 60 degree latitude in southern hemisphere, where it is referred to as South Atlantic Drift. This is the example of west wind drift. And then another component divert here, which is referred to as Benguela current. So Benguela current causes the formation of Namib desert. Here Little and Greater Karoo desert are also located, and again it is joined forming anti-clockwise pattern. It is clear now? So in totality we have 10 and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 important oceanic current. It is clear now? Right? There are in totality 14 to 15 important oceanic current in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and there exists counter equatorial current. So counter equatorial current. So the counter equatorial current of Atlantic Ocean along Guinea coastal part is referred to as Guinea current. This is Guinea current. Okay, right? This is similar to that of the El Nino current of the Pacific Ocean. So how many current are found in Atlantic Ocean? It is clear now, right? In northern hemisphere we have North Equatorial Current, we have Antilles Current, Caribbean Current, Falkland Current, then Gulf Stream, Labrador Current, North Atlantic Drift, then Irmingar Current, Rennelly Current, and Canary Current. Okay, in southern hemisphere you see there is South Equatorial Current, Brazilian Current, Falkland Current, and west wind drift, that is South Atlantic Drift, and again it is Benguela current. It is clear now? And actually which of them are cold and warm, it is almost clear now, right? Applying the rule high to low only, low to high, it is not required to retain the fact. Okay, so what is the character, what type of current is found, it is clear now? Now actually you see, I am erasing this. Now I am drawing a picture of Pacific Ocean now. So important oceanic current of the Pacific Ocean. So you see in Pacific Ocean, this is the position of Pacific Ocean. Clear? Actually this is the position of, this is number 1, this is number 1 North Equatorial Current. Actually North Equatorial Current is bifurcated into two parts. This is second and this is third, or you can say this is second and this is third, no? Right? Number second entered in the Sea of Japan, where it is referred to as Tsushima current. Getting well now? And number 3 is referred to as Kuroshio current, Kuroshio. Okay, the Kuroshio current, right, merge with the Oyosio current, Oyosio. This is particularly number 4, Oyosio current, right? It is clear now? And there is a current known as Kurile current, because this is Kurile Island. So this is number 5th now, right? So actually you see number 1st is North Equatorial Current, number 2 which entered in the right? Japan is referred to as Toshima current. Number third is Kuroshio current, which is warm. It merged with Oyosho current coming along with the from the coastal polar region. So you see the Kuroshio and Oyosho current converge along eastern coastal part of Japan. Right? Kuroshio is warm and Oyosho is cold. Consequently, this area is very famous for fish production. That is clear, na? Why Japan is favorable for is the climatic condition of Japan is favorable for fish production? Got it, na? It is because of the convergence of Kuroshio warm current and Oyosho cold current. Okay, and another component is also located here. This is Kurile Island, and hence it is referred to as Kurile current. Okay, you will see when Oyosho and Kuroshio join, then particularly it is, it start moving jointly in this direction, where it is referred to as, right, North Pacific drift, na, between 40 to 60, 40 to 60, you know, 40 to 60, na, right? In every ocean there is a west wind drift, it is clear, na? And since it is located in the Pacific Ocean, that's why it is referred to as North Pacific drift, na. North Pacific drift, drift collide with the western coastal part of North America and bifurcate into two parts. One part, start flowing in this direction, which is number 5, you can say, number 6, you can say. This is 5th, 6th, this is 7, and this is 8th. Getting well? The number 7 is referred to as California current. California current is cold current. Okay, it causes Mojave Desert, Altar Desert, and Sonoran Desert. It is clear, na? Right? Or you can say broadly Mexican Desert. It is clear, na? Is also due to this impact, na? And number 8 is referred to as Alaska current. Okay, Alaska current. Right? It is clear, na? Right? What type of pattern is found? It is clear, and this California current will return back to join this. So in northern part of Pacific Ocean, there are two type of pattern. One is here you will find anti-clockwise pattern in the extreme northern part of Atlantic Pacific Ocean, and here particularly clockwise pattern is followed. Ekdam clear hua na? Right? Again understand the important oceanic current of northern part of Pacific Ocean. Number 1 is North Equatorial current. Number 2 is Tsushima current. Number 3 is Kuroshio current. Number 4 is Oyosho current. Number 5 is Kurile current. Okay. Number 6 is North Pacific drift. Right. Then actually number 7 is California current. Number 8 is Alaska current. It is obvious that Californian current is the example of cold current, but this Alaska current is the example of warm. But one thing, sometime in some year in prelims, this figure was given. Okay, this was the Alaskan region, and this was the location of the Alaska current. Okay, so if they will locate Alaska current here, then you should know that it is the cold current. Okay, but if this is the location, then you should consider as warm. It should be no confusion. Either this pictographic representation will be in prelims or this pictographic representation. It is clear now? This appears to be coming from higher to lower. This appears to be coming from lower to higher. Apply the rule and find the answer. It is clear now? So what are the important oceanic current in the northern part of Pacific Ocean? It is clear now? And in southern part you see this is South Equatorial current. Okay, this is number 1. This is number 2. This is East Australian current. Again, this is West Wind drift, number 3. This is referred to as South Pacific drift. Okay, and it returns back here. It is referred to as number 4. Right, number 4 is referred to as Peru current or Humboldt current. You know that Peru current is cold current, and hence it causes the origin and development of Atacama Desert. Okay, so Atacama Desert not receive rainfall because of the impact of the Peruvian current or Humboldt current. But you see, I had said that when El Nino develops, which is a counter current, right, it starts flowing in this direction, it causes the rainfall in the Atacama Desert. Okay, but it is after the gap of 3 to 7 years. Getting well now? So actually these are the important oceanic current of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, you are comfortable with the oceanic current of Indian Ocean, with Atlantic Ocean now, and also actually you are almost clear about the oceanic current of the Pacific Ocean. It is clear now? Now, third important ocean is the Indian Ocean. It is clear now? So, as far as the question of Indian Ocean is concerned, right? Indian Ocean is concerned, you see, in southern part of Indian Ocean, there is well regular and a set pattern of the oceanic current circulation. It is clear now? Actually, this is, I am drawing two figures. This is right. Getting well now? So actually you see in northern part, this figure is of summer season and this figure is of winter season. Getting well now? Actually you see in overall distribution of land and the sea, there will be no marked change in the winter and summer. Okay? You see the oceanic current circulation remain uniform throughout the year in southern part of Indian Ocean, but in northern part of Indian Ocean the pattern get altered, okay, under the influence of the type of the monsoonal wind. Okay, so in southern hemisphere you see this is commonly occurring oceanic current now. This is number one. This is south equatorial current. Then it will move here and bifurcate into number 2 and number 3 na. Number 3, number 2 is Mozambique current, number 3 is Madagascar current. Okay, and when the two will combine, it will be Agulhas current, Agulhas number 4, and then particularly it is South Indian Ocean drift and will return here. Right, this is 5th and this is 6th. Number 5th is South Indian Ocean drift na, and number 6 is West Australian current forming anti-clockwise pattern. It is clear na? Right? Getting well na? Number 1 is South equatorial current, number 2 is Mozambique current, number 3 is Madagascar current. When Mozambique and Madagascar current combined, it form Agulhas current. Okay, then it further move and is located between 40 to 60 degree where it is referred to South Indian Ocean drift. Then it is then there is a West Australian current and forming the anti-clockwise pattern. Okay, and in northern hemisphere you see, in northern hemisphere we have north equatorial current, and along the coastal part, right, during summer, right, the current which is found along the coastal part of Indian Ocean during summer season is called southwest monsoonal current, right, because during this period, right, the India remain under the impact of the southwest monsoonal wind. Ekdam clear हुआ ना? And hence particularly favor the clockwise pattern existing in this area. Getting well na? But you see, right, in winter season, India remain under the impact of northeast monsoon na? Right, northeast monsoon or winter monsoon or retreating monsoon, it causes the alteration in the oceanic current circulation, the northern part of oceanic ocean na. देखिए, in summer season there is a north equatorial current, south equatorial current, and in between the two there is a counter equatorial current in opposite direction na? In opposite direction. Getting well na? It means in summer season, right, in the equatorial zone, there is a north equatorial current, south equatorial current, and on counter equatorial current. It is clear na? And along the coastal part of India during summer season, there exists the current which is referred to as southwest monsoonal current. Okay, but you see, in winter season, this oceanic current circulation gets altered, anti-clockwise pattern develop, and here this type of particularly oceanic current mobility start, right, just opposite to that of southwest monsoonal current. It is clear na? So actually this type of pattern exists. This is number 1 and this is number 2. Okay, getting well now? Number 1 is along the coastal part of India, right? This is due to the impact of northeast monsoonal wind, na? So that's why it is referred to as northeast monsoonal current. Monsoonal current. Getting well now? Right? Northeast monsoonal current, and you see due to northeast monsoonal current, counter equatorial current become much more effective, and it completely displaces the north equatorial current of Indian Ocean. Getting well now? So during winter season, you will not find north equatorial current in the northern part of Indian Ocean. Okay, right? There will be either counter equatorial current or south equatorial current to be noted. Getting well now? And along the coastal part, there will be northeast monsoonal current. Okay. On the other hand, in summer season, you see along the coastal part of India, there will be southeast west monsoonal current, and at the equator there is north equatorial current, south equatorial current, and counter equatorial current. Right? That's all about the oceanic current of Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Atlantic Ocean. Best of luck. Okay.